Shall now proceed to talk about the uses, okay, of tis. So first off, tis without the accent is is an indefinite, which can mean, well, which means someone or something. Okay, that's its first use, and that's when it's a standalone pronoun. So, for example, in the sentence, someone took the book. Someone took the book. Someone is obviously standalone. It doesn't agree with anything. So that would be tis, ten, biblon, la ben. And also notice how ten biblon is, of course, a second declension feminine noun. So it's irregular. It's one of the irregulars that we discussed in the last video. So now tis with a, sorry, actually no, there are a few more. So there are a few more uses of tis without an accent. For example, it can also mean a certain. So we've discussed it is a standalone pronoun. It can also mean a certain. And that is if it's positioned after the noun it's describing. So for example, in the sentence, some slave, or a certain slave is fleeing. Certain slave is fleeing. That is going to be doulos tis fugae. So tis has to agree with doulos because, it's now acting like a sort of adjective. It's describing the noun, and the key is that it comes after the noun. So unlike a normal adjective that's sandwiched in the middle, this comes after the noun. And the last use we shall talk about is, well, actually, no, there's another one, but we shall talk about that another time. This is definitely good for now. So we shall now talk about the uses of tis with an accent. So this is obviously an interrogative. It's a question word. And this has a number of uses, in fact. First off, it can mean who. It can mean who or which. So, for example, in the sentence, who is the barbarian? That would be tis esti ho barbaros. Tis is going into the nominative because it is the subject of the sentence and it's standalone. That means who is the barbarian. Oh, and also one thing, Greek doesn't have normal question marks. Greek does not have normal question marks, okay? A question mark in Greek looks like a semicolon. I mean, of course, it's not a semicolon, but it looks exactly like one. Okay, so the second use we're going to talk about is meaning what, and that is, of course, when it's neuter. So, for example, in the sentence, what tree did you cut down? That is going to be T dendron, obviously with an accent, T dendron ekopsas. Copto is I cut down. So the weak aorist is going to be ekopsa, and it's now U, so it's going to be ekopsas. And here as well, this is not being used as a standalone anymore. It's now agreeing with dendron. So to recap, tis with an accent is an interrogative. It's a question word meaning who, which, or what. What when it's neuter. Although which as well can be used when neuter. So I'll make a note of that there. And it can be used standalone, in a standalone fashion. Or it can be used as a sort of adjective. As an adjective. Okay.